Hi there, welcome back to Pretty Much Flawless. Today in this video we are going to be working on a circuit board that one of the pads have broken off and become disconnected from the board. Let's get into it. Alright, so here's the circuit board that has a broken trace on it, and I'll show you what it's doing. So we apply power and none of these lights come on, but then if we push up on the circuit board, all the lights come on. So, since when we push up on this side of the circuit board and we're right by all the power wires here, it'd be safe to assume that the broken trace is up here by the power wires. So let's take a closer look at that. Alright, so now we can begin taking a look at the connectors here. It's not really necessary to put it underneath the microscope, but it's kind of nice if you do have one. So it looks like this connector is our problem right here. So let's try pushing up on the circuit board. You can see that it kind of pops back into place there. And if we push down, or we just let the circuit board go, then it looks like that disconnects there. So that's our problem there. So, alright, so what we'll do now is we will take our soldering iron and we'll see if we can desolder this joint. Alright, as you can see, the trace is kind of coming off here. Alright, so you can see where the broken trace was right here. Alright, so I did some digging and I wasn't really able to find like the trace very well, and this stuff is kind of thin. These traces are kind of thin also. So what we're going to do is we're just going to follow these traces back and find a point that they connect to, and then solder a wire from here to that point that they connect to. So we'll do that. Alright, so after some digging around, I did find a point that connected to this trace here. So what we'll do is we'll solder a wire to this and run it over and solder to this thing here. Alright, so on this resistor, on this side of the trace, it connects back to our terminal, which is good. And how I tested that was I touched this terminal with my multimeter probe, and over here I was able to kind of just push on the copper right over here that it was previously making contact to. So alright, so I have a wire soldered on where this trace connects here. So now what we'll do is we'll go over here and look where our pad is. Alright, so now we have this wire fastened to the other side onto this connector here. So we'll solder that in. Alright, so that's that side connected. We can follow this wire back, and it's connected over to this side here. So now let's plug it in and test it and see if it works. Alright, so now let's apply power and see what happens. That's good. Lights come on, no flickering. You push on the circuit board and nothing happens, so that's good. Something to keep in mind is just just know how big of wire you do need to size for kind of jumping over a trace like this. This is a 22 gauge wire, and that's plenty big for this application where it's just all LEDs. But if you're doing something bigger, then just know which size of wire you have to use for jumping a trace like this. Thanks for watching this video today. Hope you learned something. If you did, please subscribe. That would really help my channel, and I'll see you next time.